this is my presentation on this week's PCQ, which focuses on vision, equilibrium, and hearing. So, what will be discussed is the overview of each of the three senses, how they work together, as well as an example of the connection to each other. So, we'll go over all that. And this one is quite a doozy and it's very picture heavy. So for vision, here is the overview of the eyeball. And with this one, how vision works is that the light enters the eye through the cornea and the pupil, and the lens bends the light into the retina. And how this happens is that the photoreceptors within the retina detect the light, so the rods and cones. And the rods detect the light and dark and shapes in dim light, while the cones detect color and fine detail. And so the signals are processed by the bipolar cells and the retinal ganglion cells, and it goes to the optic nerve, which carries the signals to the brain. And then the visual cortex interprets the signals as shapes, colors, movement, and depth. So it's really fascinating how your eye and your brain work together to interpret what you are seeing. And then for equilibrium and balance, what happens here is that your inner ear senses your head position and your movement. So you have these tiny structures in your inner ear called the semicircular canals, and they detect the rotational movement of your head. And then the utricle and saccule detect gravity and straight line movement. And these structures send signals to the brainstem and the cerebellum. Your brain combines all this information with vision and muscle and joint feedback. So this all works together to help you stay upright and balanced and be coordinated. And then for your hearing, the the outer ear catches the sound waves and funnels them into the ear canal. And so the sound waves hit the eardrum, causing a vibration. And so these vibrations in the middle ear, they pass through the three tiny bones of the ossicles, which is the malleus, incus, and the stapes, which amplify the sound. And so what goes on in your inner ear is the vibrations reach the cochlea, and then the hair cells inside the cochlea bend in response to this, converting the energy into electrical signals. And these electrical signals then travel via your auditory nerve to your brainstem and then to the auditory cortex. And then the brain interprets these signals as sound, which includes pitch, volume, location. So, this is how you're able to respond to all the external factors on your surroundings. And then, how do they all work together? So, all three of these, it helps in coordinating movement. So, with your vision, it stabilizes all your images and it shows the distance you are relative to objects. And then with the vestibular system, it tells the brain where and how the body are moving so you can maintain your balance. And then with your hearing, it helps provide external cues. So when you hear all the noise in your environment, it helps with creating awareness to your brain. And then an example of the connection is, say you are walking down a busy street. So with vision, you can see all the cars and like the stoplights, the other people that surround you. That way, you don't get hit by a car, you don't run into anyone else, and you go when you're supposed to go and stop when you're supposed to stop when crossing streets. So that keeps you safe. And then, in regards to the equilibrium, it senses your head and body movement, so that helps keep you balanced so you don't fall over. And then with your hearing, it alerts you for cars and people and bicycles and just everything around you. So these three senses work together to keep you safe and keep you alert and really understand what's going on in the world. So that is my presentation. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to learn more from each of your videos. And good luck next week on our final exam. Thank you.